Welcome to a new week, and the IT problems I hope are over. So we're going to finish off what we were doing last week. So this session is all about lovely shooting. Yep, what we adore when the ball, it goes into the net. Okay, so that's our focus. As normal, you can either skip through to the main activity further on in the recording, or you can stick with me, do a few warm-ups and maybe hone a couple of skills before we get to that point. So you can choose what you want to do. And once you've chosen what you want to do, I'll see you for the next bit. We're going to start off with warming up our hands because obviously when you're shooting, it's all about using your hands and your shoulders. Okay, so a quick activity just to get our eye in, get our coordination going. We're going to start with simple bouncing, just bouncing. Okay, 10 on one hand and then swap hands to 10. Remember, I'm wanting to see you really push that ball into the ground. I don't want to see any of this slapping or flapping. I want to see you push. I'm having to push very hard. My ball's quite flat. So I want to see that real push. So 10 on one side. And then when you can do 10, swap to the other hand. Okay. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. 3 lots of 10. If you really want to go for it, then why not do 15 or 20 and do 3 sets of 15 or 20. Once you've done that, come on back for the next bit because I just want to progress it a little bit more and up your skill level. See you in a moment. So now you've got a nice rhythm going and your bouncing's going fine. We're just going to slightly alter it, okay, to just make it a slightly better skill, all right, to up your skill level. And this is what we're going to do. Instead of just doing the basic bounce, okay, we're going to do a bounce, catch, bounce, catch, bounce, catch. All right, and when you're catching the ball, you're basically letting the ball land in a cupped hand, not a flat hand, because if it's a flat hand, the ball will just roll off. So you're using this cupped hand, okay, slightly curved cupped hand. The ball will just land in the cupped hand. You might have to give a little, all right? Sometimes the ball might drop in and ping out if your hand is solid, if it's in one place. So we give a little, so the ball comes down, and as it comes down, our hand gives, and it just softens that motion and it stops that ball from bouncing out, okay? So ball goes up and the hand gives. Okay, do you see that? Ball goes, hand gives. So it looks like that. The hand gives very slightly, but we're catching the ball. And I want you just to repeat that, okay? See whether, again, you can do 10-10 or 15-15 or 20-20 and do it 3 times over to really get that action nice and smooth. And then we'll just refine it a little bit more to up your skill level again. Go practice, get that nice rhythm with that catch. So you now got that lovely bounce catch. We're just going to take it a step further by turning our hand. So when you've caught it, you're going to turn your hand over and bounce it, catch, turn your hand and bounce it. So what's happening is once you've caught it, you're literally turning your hand and bouncing. You catch it, you turn your hand, bounce, and it becomes a really continuous action. So you can hardly see the catch. It just becomes more like a roll, okay? And if you can see, in actual fact, whoops, it actually is very easy to do this on the V. So go down one side, down the other side, and then we just start to, whoops, use that roll action. And you can go side to side, all right? You can do a big side to side or just a little side to side. It doesn't matter. If you want, you can do it just in front of you. It doesn't matter which way you do it, okay? As long as you get that nice, smooth action, all right? Go away and practice that. See how you get on. The more you practice, the better it will get. I'll see you after you've had a good try of that. Again, how about doing 30 and then another set of 30 and another set of 30 to really embed this skill? Okay, I've not shrunk. I'm down here on my knees because we're going to warm up our hands for scoring. It's a basketball style netball score, okay? And you're going to use a nice cupped hand, but we're going to reverse it, okay? So your wrist is aiming towards, pointing towards where you're scoring. Ball goes in. Other hand is just the steadying hand. The ball should be in line with your forehead as if you're looking through to where you're scoring, okay? And then what will happen is as your arm extends, the ball will roll off your fingers, all right? I'll have to move back to show you that, but we want to practice this action. So here we are, ball at forehead, steadying hand, roll, okay? Roll, 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 okay? And what we're trying to do is get a bit of height because in basketball and netball, it's a tall goal and the ball needs to go up and then go in, or at least go up and bounce off the backboard and go in, all right? So this is why we want this lovely arched up and down pattern or trajectory, okay? So watch again, steadying hands at the side, and if you can get that lovely roll, that helps, all right? I'd like you can do it standing up if you've got enough space and you're not too tall, okay? And you can have a go at that and just try and get the pattern. Even though I'm tall, if I'm very careful, I've got slightly soft legs, I can just manage. Okay, you might be able to do better, all right? You might have to be on your knees. If you're outside, you should be fine. Just try and do that a few times to get that feel. And when you can get that feel of the ball going up and feeling controlled and coming down in that lovely curve, right? Once you can do that, you can actually think about where it lands, all right? You can just use a cushion on the floor, maybe 2 strides, and you can just think to yourself, okay, I want it to go up and land on the cushion. No, not near enough. Yes. All right. It just helps you have a sense of making the ball move further away or nearer to you. And if you want, you could have several cushions around. You could aim for one cushion, then aim for the next cushion, then aim for the next cushion, and just get that nice movement going. All right, go away and have a play at that, and then when you come back, I'll show you some of the other shooting methods that we have and the setup that we're going to use, or rather, you're going to make. See you soon. I've come outside to show you the bounce shot. It's used in handball a lot, where the goal is like a small football or hockey goal, all right? It's just a bit wider than an adult's arm span, all right? And just about their head height. So it's a small goal. You could, in handball, just throw the ball straight at the goalkeeper and the goal, but obviously the goalkeeper can see it coming quite easily. So to make it sneaky and to make it more tricky, they bounce the ball, they throw it so it bounces off the ground and bounces upwards, usually behind the goalkeeper. Okay, so the ball will actually be going under their arms, so it'll be bouncing in front of them and going under their arms. All right, a ball that you can hold in your hand is best, but you can use any ball, and we're just going to throw it over arm to hit the floor. I've got a wall behind me that I'm going to use. I put a bucket on my outdoor light, so I'm happy it's safe. Let's see how I get on. Is a charming view? Yep. So, aiming for the ground in front of the wall, and you should be looking at the angle the ball is coming up. So we're imagining the goalkeeper's here, we're wanting the ball to hit the ground and bounce up into the goal, all right? So here we go again, and again. Oh, misread. Would that have been a good one or a bad one, I wonder? You can practice moving the ball further towards you or further away from you. What do you notice if the ball is bouncing here? Yep, it tends to then come higher, which actually would be easier for a goalkeeper to take. You're wanting the ball to hit the ground just in front of the goalkeeper's feet so that it's bouncing up about this height, which is quite difficult. The goalkeeper can't get his leg to it or her leg to it, and it's much harder to get your hands to. All right, that's what you're aiming for. Have a practice of that, enjoy that, and if you want to challenge yourself, go for the jump bounce. Very, very often seen in handball. More force, more power, and more difficult for the goalie to read. I'll show you what I mean by the jump bounce. Okay, so we're trying to get lots of air, lots of height, ball up high. Often as they're hanging in the air, they're doing this with the ball so that the goalie doesn't know, and then it comes down, and for the goalie it's even harder because the angle is much higher, so the angle up is much sharper. All right, I'll give you one more example. Go have fun. When you come back, I'm going to show you how you can put all of that into action in a fantastic scoring extravaganza. I'll see you soon. Here comes the fun part. You've practiced your sort of netball style, basketball style shot overarm, okay, with the nice curve. You've also practiced your bounce shot from handball, and we're now going to put it all together. And half the fun of this activity is the setup, because I want you to set up as many different sorts of goals as you can. Now you can do this indoors and outdoors, so I'll take you on a little tour of the outdoor ones that I have set up. So here we go. First, I've hung on a hook that happens to be on the wall. I've used can't remember, it's called a coat hanger. I've used a coat hanger to help, and I've got that nice circle in the brown paper bag goal. Okay, you could put that on a washing line as well, but I've just got it here. Further along, yep, it's the old bucket on a hook on the wall. Okay, just an easy goal for you to drop the ball into. Coming down the garden, I've done something a little bit more adventurous, and if you have a look here we go, I've got my washing post, and I've got a plant pot, an old plant pot on the top that I've actually cut the bottom out of. Now you don't have to do that, but I just thought it'd be fun, so a small ball will drop through like a basketball or a netball post. But that chair at the bottom is there because there's a plant behind there that I'm trying to protect. So I've put the chair over the plant so that if the ball misses, it doesn't matter. And if the ball misses, it's just going to go into my sort of hedgy stuff, bushy stuff. Doesn't matter if the ball goes in there, I can get it easily, it won't damage the ball. Just have a look at this. There we go, just an ordinary plant pot. Put it up with string, and can you see the bottom there? Yep, I cut out a hole, and I actually put a bit of tape around it because it was getting very sharp, okay, to stop it being sharp. Ooh, just, oh no, I think it's going to come down now. Oh, I'll have to string that up later, okay? And then here, it's a bit of a blowy day for this, but here I've just put two boxes, okay, on top of each other, and I've got the blanket on the line behind so that if the ball goes past, it won't damage anything. It's maybe a breezy day, but it's been okay for most of the time. Superb goal for bouncing the ball into that goal. Absolutely superb goal for the handball bounce and in. And then lastly, over here, oh no, not lastly, I have another one. I've used my step ladders, okay? You don't need anything on top. It can be just if the ball hits the top, so you do that nice basketball, netball loop, and it drops on the top, that is a goal. And then a really simple one, just down here. There we go. Where are we? Can you see it? Woo. There we go. Yes, the box on the floor. Box on the floor, a really simple goal. You can either do the loop shot, okay, like in basketball and netball, in and up and down, or you can do a bounce shot into that. All right. If we go inside, I'll show you some other opportunities that you can have inside of making goals. So come with me. I've come inside to show you what you can do inside. So if you haven't got a garden or a backyard, or the weather is awful, and at the moment we don't know what it is going to be like, you can come inside and with a little bit of imagination and your thinking cap on, you can make some superb goals. So I'm in my hallway and yep, in my hall I have lots of lovely pegs and these are ideal. Again, like outside, you can hang a bucket really, really easily. Don't worry if you haven't got a bucket because you can hang, there we go, you can hang something like a paper bag, and often these days we can get things like fish and chips in a paper bag, and sometimes if you're really cheeky and really, really polite and nice and you say, oh, could I have one of your big paper bags please, often the shopkeepers will give them to you or only charge you sort of 5p or something. So paper bag's a good one. Of course you can do this sort of goal as well, and as long as you're using a lightweight ball, so something like one of these foam balls, okay, really squishy, these make absolutely fantastic goals, okay? They're absolutely perfect for scoring into overarm, that was rubbish, left hand, or if you want to do underarm as well. Even with the left hand. So you can have fun, but please, thinking caps on, because pegs, if you get close to them and you trip, smack, really, really nasty injury. So I would say, please put markers on the floor away from the pegs. And that is where you score from. You're not allowed to go any closer, just in case you trip up and bang your head. Okay, so with this activity, please, 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 markers on the floor. It could be bean bags, it could be some towel, as long as you don't trip on it, but something on the floor that makes you think, I don't go any closer than this for scoring. All right, and if the ball goes in that no-go area, you just walk in, pick it up sensibly, and then bring the ball out. I've got a very low peg here that I think is quite dangerous. So I've just got a plastic jug and whack that on top. And the other thing you might need to be careful of is a radiator. Here's my radiator here. It has some pretty pointy corners that if you hit or banged with your elbow or with your head, it wouldn't be good. So just put a towel on the top like that, and yeah, if you banged it, you'd still most likely feel it. It wouldn't be nice, but it won't do you any major harm. So there you go. It doesn't matter whether you're outside or inside. Use your imagination, get yourself as many goals together as you can, and then use those scoring techniques that I've given you to play and have fun. My last goal is, yay, up my stairs. It's a really good place to have a goal because the ball will just come tumbling down to you. Remember though, we always play from the bottom on the flat surface, okay? We don't play actually on the stairs. You should be able to use your imagination and have great fun setting this up. Have fun scoring. If you want to make it harder, give yourself some of those chair opposition people to get round. So use a chair or an object as a pretend person you need to get by and dodge before you score. And that can add some added interest too. Have a fantastic time, enjoy that activity, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next set of activities. Enjoy, have fun.